So let's just kind of walk through what this actually, this form does. So if I come to this new post, /new, so if I go to /new, it goes to the new post, comes to this new post controller method. So if the post method, or if the request.method equals a post request, run this. Otherwise, just create a new form instance, which it's doing right now, and render the form. So if I go right here, that's what that is initially doing. It's just rendering a new blank form. And when I go to submit it, the request now becomes a post request, because if I go into this post form, when I submit it, the method is a post request. So post, then it creates a new form instance with the title and where is it? The forms with the title and the text in it. So it comes into here. The form is valid. Adds so in this specific post request, in this request.post dictionary, it has this title and text data in it, but it doesn't have the author. But it doesn't have the author assigned to that or the publish date. So inside our view, we can save it, but we're not saving it to the database. We're just committing it, like kind of just like how you commit. It's kind of like, yeah, think of a Git. When you Git add everything, it adds it to like a staging area. Just think of it kind of like that. So we're saving it. We're not actually saving it to the database yet. Now we actually have to assign an author to it. So right here, the post.author comes into here, accesses the user model, which we have yet to import yet, but it looks through all the users and it's grabbing that first index of that user, which is me right now. It's like a really, brute force way of getting the only user in the database. So, and we're assigning that user to the author, and then we're grabbing the publish or the current time, and we're assigning that to the publish date. And then we're saving the post to the database, and then we're redirecting to the post detail page. So let's see how this works. So I'm actually going to print this down here. Print post.author.name. Or is that how it is? I'm just going to do post.author. Just see what that looks like. So if I refresh it, I say like third post. This is the third post. And submit it. Uh-oh, what happened? User is not defined. So, because I have yet to import the actual user model from the built-in Django user model. So from Django.contrib.auth.models, import the user model. So I can refresh this. So this page you're looking for, I'm going to cancel it. I'm just going to go back and I'll post this again. Oh, let's actually go back and refresh it. So third post. This is the third post. Hopefully it works. Nope. Reverse post detail not found. It's not a function. So it kind of worked, except
blog colon post detail.
Thank you. Blog post detail. Wait, is it blog colon post detail? But if I actually click back and actually go to my blog here, so it actually posted it twice. And if you look down, see if I can see it. Let's try that one more time. Click the add, goes to post/new. This should, or new post, again, adding some stuff, save it, goes to the post detail by grabbing the post ID. I can go back. But now let's look down here. And I'm printing. So right here where I'm doing print post.author, that's right here. The author is my username, TA-pre.
This might be putting the wagon in front of the horse, but right where you're at, what would happen if the form is not valid? So if it basically hits a post method and it goes into that sublogic, and then if the form is valid, it'll go and properly save it to the database and then render that. But what happens when the form is not valid? I don't see like a logical. Would we just kind of re-render, repeat kind of line 27 there?
If the form is not valid, yeah, you would have it. There should be some front end error handling that would tell the user the form isn't valid. Or if there is an error here, like, so if this throws an error, so yeah, then you would probably want to like else, like return, and then have it render some HTML that says, hey, a form isn't valid, or some error handling here. So does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out if we were going to add that in later, or if that was not required, or.
Right now it's not required. There is some, yeah, right now it's not required. I wouldn't worry about it right now. Yeah, because ideally, once you submit that button, the form should be valid. And if it wasn't, you should have some front end error handling that handles that before it gets to here. But yeah, ideally you'd have like else, return, render, and then maybe some like I'm just request, and then maybe some blog error handling or redirect to something.
So Tom, can I call you out on a line real quick?
Yeah.
On line 21.
Yep.
You're using indexing on a query set. Specifically this line, if that user's thing was empty, you would get an exception index error. It would cause your app to crash right there.
Yep.
Or at least throw a debug. A Django
no, yeah.
debug screen. But the ORM actually has a method called, instead of using all, because you're hard coding the 0, that's always grabbing the first item. There's actually a method called .first that you could use, and
yep,
let you avoid having to do exception handling.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that is like that. It's a brute force way of even this is not ideal, but so first has already built in exception handling.
Yeah, it just won't throw an exception if there's nothing there. Like it will grab the first item from the list. If the list is empty, it won't throw an exception. It would just returns
none or something.
Probably. Yeah, probably none. So then you do have to do a subsequent check probably for post.author. You can't save a post if you set the author to none unless your database is allowing null values.
Yep. So yeah, this is, yeah, just so you know that like this is not like the best way to do it. This is just for intensive purposes. Like I know I'm the only user in the database, so I'm just grabbing the first user. There's other methods to handle authentication and to ensure that user is matched up to that post. But yeah. Well, let's see if this works. So new post again. Here we go. All right. So now let's talk about updating and deleting. So let's create, what is this? I'm going to add some additional publish date, and if publish So I added an additional, for like an edit button, it's got that little pencil. It's going to throw an error though because that edit post is not found. So let's go ahead and add this URL to edit it. So if it goes to the post ID followed by edit, it's going to render this edit post. So if I come into views, I can render the edit post, def, edit, post, request, post ID. Then we can grab the post, create a new post form instance. Grab the post, post.objects.get, ID equals post ID. So it grabs that individual post. Then we can also say, if request.method, it's pretty much exactly the same. Post. Let's look at this. So if the request.method is a post, we're creating a new post form instance, and we're passing in that post once we edit it. Otherwise, have it be the instance of this post already in there. So it's already going to have it pre-filled out. Then if the form is valid, it pretty much runs through all this again. The same that we had up here, assigns the author, assigns the publish date, and then saves the form. Blog post detail. Otherwise, just render the post form with that instance in there. Type of form. Where is it? Throwing an error at. Line 39. Cool. So if I refresh that, post form. So in post form, post detail. What am I looking at? So reverse edit post, where's that showing up? In views. Not a valid view. Post instance. Post form. Edit post not found. Where is that at?
Would it be under the HTML file for
where,
the edit?
Post detail. Did I added it somewhere else? I think I added it in the wrong area. Yeah, I don't want it to be in the post list. Post list. Publish date. Blog. Is it blog / post edit post?
Colon.
There we go. So if I go here, I've got this little edit button. Click that. It fills it out already. If I can say edited, and save it. First post edited, click that button, goes back, and here's the first post that's edited again. Yeah, I added that HTML in the wrong file. So now we can add the last one, which is delete. So let's go through path, ID, delete, delete post, come into views, def, delete, post, request, that post ID, and then post equals post.objects.get ID equals post ID. And we can just do post.delete. We're not confirming any deleting. We're just, once you click that button, it's just going to delete it. Return, redirect, blog, post list. Now we did that. Now we have to actually add some delete button within some URL. So in the post detail, say like at the very bottom, add URL, blog, delete post, passing in the post ID, delete this post. So if I refresh it, come here, we have this delete this post. So when I click on this, I click on it, it should come into here, blog, post delete, come into, where to go, views. Is it delete post or post delete? Delete post, comes into views, delete post, pass in that post ID, finds that and then post, then runs post.delete method on it, and then redirects to the post list. So if I delete it.
Do you have to do that post underscore ID equals post dot ID if that's the only parameter you're passing?
Let's see. So right here, I didn't do it.
Exactly.
Let's see if I don't do it. I don't think you do. Let's refresh it. Let's refresh it. I'm going to kill the server, run the server again, refresh, edit it, edited. Save it, delete post. Nope. So then if I ever want to go to like 5th post, 6th post, so there it says post matching query does not exist because I deleted that post. If I went to 1, there we go. So does anybody have any questions about the post methods, the edit post method? Or anything?
Tom, when you make your forms, how do you make it so that how it's displayed on the page, it's not staggered but symmetric?
Let's look at, so if I go to new post, so
This usually what I've had is that there would be something or the entry box will be shorter, and then this other box will be kind of shifted to the right a little bit.
So this is Bootstrap doing this. That's making it longer. So that's why. If I didn't have Bootstrap, so if I go to my base and get rid of that, that looks like crap. So it's actually not Bootstrap that's doing that. It's just my basic CSS. So if I go to CSS, where's my post form? Here. The class is post form. If I go to my CSS, so post form, the width is 100% of the current parent div. So let's see where else it shows. So yeah, so that's where kind of that is at. So the text area and the input.
Okay.
if I got rid of this and just put post form, it might not be 100%. Let's see if that works. Just want to kill the server, reload my, oh, it still works. Yeah. Yeah, this is just specifically targeting the text area within within this area, the text area as well as the input in this form.